What's going on, CDL fans? It's time for our July 14th game day, the fifth last game day of the 2014 regular season. Going to be some great matchups on tap for you on this one. We got Green Bay and Milwaukee. Of course, Green Bay doing well. The thing is, Milwaukee looking to play spoiler. They're outside, not going to be getting in the playoffs. They look to make an impact today. It's a battle of Wisconsin. You know, we got Pittsburgh, Cleveland there, and in that division too. We got Puerto Rico home against Carolina. That's kind of on paper a one-sided match, but we'll see what Carolina can do. They've been having these little spurts lately, even though they're the last place team in the league. We got Jacksonville and Tampa Bay. Big game for both of those teams. Jacksonville been slumping as of late, and as has Tampa Bay, so looking at that one. Also from that Southeast Division, Miami and Atlanta. That game's going to be our main event, of course. Atlanta, every game a playoff game for them. So that one's pretty big. We also have, let's see here, Los Angeles and Portland going at it. We got San Antonio, Dallas going at it. Hartford and Philadelphia. What a battle that's turned out to be in the Northeast. Needless to say, let's go on ahead and get a look at the standings, where teams are right now, and we'll get you into this game day here, our July 14th one on CDL Live.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash full win. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest. Yeah. Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash full win. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest. Yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CDL Live. It is time for our July 14th game day. Should be a great one. Divisional game day. We're going to see what happens here. We got our first game on the field right now, ready to go. The Dayton Rebels on the road to take on the Detroit Devils. Both these teams playing for pride now for these last 5 game days. Let's go on ahead and see what they bring to the field for this one. Lineups.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash full win. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest. Yeah.
Alright, here we go. 76 out there taking on Dragey McD. Here we go. And came close to an interference, but Dragey McD has a clean flip. 5-0 Detroit. Now comes Zapper, and he'll get the flip on Dragey McD. Nice and clean. 5-5 the score. Zapper now up there against F3. F3 has a flip. Detroit gaining the lead back. 10-5 over the Dayton Rebels. Toe now out there trying to tie it up for Dayton. And he can't. Toe goes down. This one is over. 15-5 the final. Wildcats, Detroit Devils, victorious today over the Dayton Rebels. Coming up next, the San Antonio Kings on the road to do battle with the Dallas Lone Stars. It's a Southern Division battle. Both teams fighting for pride. Next on CDL Live. Alright folks, welcome back to CDL Live. Next game on Tampa, San Antonio Kings. On the road to do battle with the Dallas Lone Stars. Southern Division battle. Both teams no chance of making the playoffs. Both of them fighting for pride here right now. So let's go on ahead and get a look at the lineups. San Antonio Kings and the Dallas Lone Stars.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash bowling. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. Sweet 16 and Red Tail going to start us off here today. 2 good offensive cars. They both go down. 5-5 the score. Now comes RPG and Purple 300 ZX. And Purple 300 ZX is down. 10-5 San Antonio. Out comes Gray Indy for the Dallas Lone Stars, trying to keep them in this game. A battle for pride here. Neither team will be making their way to the 2014 playoffs. And it's over right there. The San Antonio Kings have the win off of RPG's flip on Gray Indy. 15-5 the final. San Antonio getting that W. Coming up next, the St. Louis Twisters on the road to take on the Chicago Wind Attack. Only on CDL Live. Stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to CDL Live, our July 14th game day. Moving on along here. The 5th last game day of the regular season in 2014. We got the St. Louis Twisters on the road here, playing for pride. No chance of making the playoffs. Taking on the Chicago Wind Attack. No chance of catching LA up at first place. Trying to hang on to second. It looks like they're going to keep second place. As a matter of fact, Phoenix is quite a ways back far from them, so gonna more than likely be the number 2 seed, the Chicago Wind Attack. Both these teams really kind of, in a way, sort of a meaningless game. For St. Louis, it's for pride's sake, and for Chicago, it's really just a warm-up because they know the playoffs are right around the corner. So let's get a look at these lineups. St. Louis Twisters and Jim Hull Seniors, Chicago Wind Attack.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash bowling. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. Rowdy starting things off against Monkey Ball. Game on. 2 heavyweights going at it, and Monkey Ball is down. 5-0 St. Louis. Out comes Highlight. An interference there saves Rowdy. They'll go at it again, and another interference. Full car's still up though. And Rowdy just has Highlight by weight. Just crushing weight. But Highlight hanging on there. So, the good thing about Highlight is that defensive ability, even though heavily outweighed by most of the St. Louis squad, he still finds a way, but he doesn't there. Silver Indy getting the flip on him. 10-5 the score, Twisters in the lead. Looking for an upset. R is now out there. No interference, both cars still up. They are going to switch sides. R and Silver Indy going in. Two good cars, actually, believe it or not. They've both been to the All-Star game before, and at least some skills competition as they go head-to-head here. Good collisions, and they are both going to be down. 15-10 the score. St. Louis in the lead. 1 flip away from an upset yet again. Diablo 1 out there for the Twisters. Inferno out there for the Wind Attack. Here we go. And Diablo 1 is down. So Chicago will send this game in overtime. Inferno out there against Mini Trek now. In OT, both cars still up. We'll go at it again. And they're both going to be down. This one ends in a tie. 15-15 the final. Both teams adding 2 points to their records here, and moving on to the next game day with a tie. 15-15 between the Chicago Wind Attack and St. Louis Twisters. Good game. Coming up next, the Portland Panthers on the road to take on the Los Angeles Blades on CDL Live. Stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game about to begin. Pacific Division Showdown, the Portland Panthers. Last game day, they were eliminated from the playoff race, knocked out completely. As a matter of fact, only Indianapolis and Roswell, the 9 and 10 seed, are the teams with that still got a chance to actually get in. Portland right now sitting 11th. So you see how that we added some more O's yesterday, but nonetheless, they still look to win. They're playing for pride against Alex Johnson's Los Angeles Blades. Not only did the Blades clinch the number 1 seed in the Western Conference in the last game day, they clinched the Cobb Award. They will finish with the best record in the Car Demolition League. Going to be the number 1 seed overall. That is clinched. Done. I mean, they are going to be the number 1 seed. They'll have home field advantage to the playoffs, in other words, pretty much. So, that being said, Portland Panthers, LA Blades. Let's get a look at the lineups. You can see Alex Johnson making a little switch. He's got that spot clinch. Let's bring Cold Light out to the front and save him for our future for another day, because there'll be some strategy there as we head closer to the actual playoffs happening. So, I don't know, a little strategy by Alex Johnson, but nonetheless, let's get a look at these lines. Panthers and Blades. Take a look.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash bowling. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Both teams behind their pit lines, and Monty is out there to take on Coldlight. And Coldlight staying up. Defense gets taken down by a heavy weight there. So Monty getting the flip on Coldlight. Wow. For a second, I thought I went the other way for a second, and I took a second look like, huh? Anyway, Green now out there to take on Monty. 5-0 Portland in the lead. Monty could be on one of them nights, but no, taken down by Green. And that will tie the score at 5, and here comes Solar Reflex. Solar Reflex and Green going at it. Both cars still up and keep going at it. 2 good defensive cars head-to-head here. Always good matchup, fun to watch these 2 cars compete against each other without a single doubt. And both these teams go at it, and ooh, almost a flip there. Solar Reflex staying up. And Green has him up against the ropes, giving him some air miles right there. And he's going to go down that time. So Green just too much for Solar Reflex to hang in there with. And out comes Purple Fire. 10-5 Blades in the lead. Green trying to seal the deal here. Ooh, almost went down that time. This time, no interference. Came very, very close to being interference. But there is a clean flip there, and that will end the game. 15-5, the LA Blades have reached that 41 mark, I believe, or are they still 2 away? Nonetheless, they get the dominant win here. 15-5, the final score. They defeat the Portland Panthers. Coming up next, the New York Empire on the road against the New Jersey Bandits. That one's kind of big, especially for those New York Empire. We'll explain when we come back on CDL Live. Stay tuned. Alright folks, it's time for our next game on CDL Live. It's July 14th, game day, marching on here. Big game coming up here for at least one of these teams. Actually, for both of them when you think about it. The New Jersey Bandits got the home side of the field. They are looking to play spoiler today. They don't have a chance of making the playoffs themselves, but the New York Empire do. The only thing that can stop the Empire today, at this very moment, is losing. One more loss, they are out, eliminated. And boy, when their division rivals, the New Jersey Bandits, love to deal that to the New York Empire. So That being said, let's get a look at the lineups. New York Empire, New Jersey Bandits.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash bowling. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest. Yeah.
Alright, here we go, folks. Both teams sent out their first car, and it's going to be Enzo 1 out there for the Empire, and out there is Grasshopper for the New Jersey Bandits. 5-0 Empire, just like that. They are battling for their season after all. Kid Custom now out there. He'll tie this game up. Clean flip on Enzo 1. 5-5 to score. Challenge now out there to take on Kid Custom. And Challenge has a flip on Kid Custom. 10-5, Empire back in the lead. Pink Lamborghini now out there for New Jersey. Ooh, both cars still up and switch sides, go at it again here. And Challenge is down. 10-10 the score, but here comes Black Bullet 2. Trying to hang on for the Empire and does. He takes down Pink Lamborghini and the Empire back up on top, 15-10. Black Bullet 2 looking to put it away here against Yellow Indy. Oh, almost went down there. This game almost set in overtime. So we gotta wonder, gotta keep in mind Tampa Bay's win could still knock out the New York Empire, I believe. I'll get confirmation on that later, but this game continuing on after an interference. The one thing that we know for sure is that the Empire can be knocked out by losing this game. Another interference call on both sides, and it's a 15-10 game right now. Empire in the lead, looking for the win. And this game's going into overtime. Black Bullet 2 is down. And Diesel Boy now out there for the Empire in overtime to take on Yellow Indy. 15-15 the score. And Diesel Boy has the flip on him. And the Empire, for the meantime, for the moment, a sliver of hope. They get the win here today in OT, 20-15 against the New Jersey Bandits. So for now, the Empire, the New York Empire, their playoff hopes still alive. Very dim, but alive. Coming up next, the San Francisco Shinobis on the road to take on the Seattle Lumberjacks. On this edition of CDL Live, going to take us a third of the way through this game day. Stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to our July 14th game day. This one going to put us 1/3 of the way through this here game day, the 5th last game day of the regular season in the Car Demolition League for 2014. The race for Crash Bowl 18 continuing. San Francisco Shinobis, as of right now, don't have a playoff spot clinch, and they have slipped down, I believe, now to 6th place in the Western Conference. 6th, or maybe now they're in danger of slipping down to 7th. I think it's Nashville right up on their tail. Like, boom, right up on that tail. But nonetheless, Shinobis in a should-win game today on the road to take on a team that's playing for pride, the Seattle Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks, of course, would love to beat their division rivals and send them plummeting even further into the standings. All that being said, let's get a look at the lineups for today's game. San Francisco Shinobis, Seattle Lumberjacks.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash bowling. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest. Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Mach 5-2 and Red Jaguar. We're going to start things off today. And Mach 5-2 sent flying, but he's still up. Switch sides here. That time, no interference. Mach 5-2 staying up too. Got some more air miles. I mean, that guy's got so many air miles. He could be in a mile high club or some shit like that. But nonetheless, 5-0 San Francisco. Out comes Buzzoff for the Lumberjacks. And Buzzoff is down just like that. The defense of Mach 2. He's a little lightweight, but he can definitely bang just enough to take someone off balance here as he takes on Darkwing now. 10-0 Shinobis in the lead. Looking to make quick work of the fifth car. Nonetheless, Darkwing's still up there, so he'll go head-to-head with Mach 2 again. Going head-to-head. And Dragonflies. My bad. Darkwing sent flying, still up though. And continue this game, and it's going to be over right there. Darkwing is down. Mach 2 has a shutout. 3-0 today for him. And the Shinobis serving donuts for dinner here against the Seattle Lumberjacks. 15-0 in the fine. Well, starting off our second third of this game day, a Southeast Division battle. The Carolina Wildcats on the road to take on the Puerto Rico Playas on CDL Live. Stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game on tap. Miku the Cats, Carolina Wildcats, on the road to take on Alex Johnson's Puerto Rico Playas. Miku's Wildcats there, they dead last in the league as a matter of fact at the moment. They had a little bounce back, a couple of strong moments, and they look to have one today. They are on the road to take on the Puerto Rico Playas. The Playas, of course, in first place in that Southeast Division and trying to get a step closer to perhaps clinching that division here today. They got the playoff spot already wrapped up, so now they're just looking for that 3 seed. So that being said, let's get a look at the lineups. Carolina Wildcats and the Puerto Rico Playas.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash cocaine. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest. Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Game on here. Mellow 51 out there against Who to start things off. Both cars still up. Clean collision. And this time, Who has the flip. 5-0 Puerto Rico in the lead. And now, Patriot out there. Clean collision. Both cars still up. Going to go at it again. Again, interference there. One of Alex Johnson's cars already had a perfect 3-0 day. That was Greenlee of the LA Blades. And Who looking to be the second one. He's 1-0, but Patriot out there looking to stand in his way here as he has a good battle here with Who. Score still 5-0 Puerto Rico in the lead. As Patriot fights off Who here. And not for long there. Who has the flip. 10-0 Puerto Rico in the lead. And out comes Rocket Oil. And he'll go straight down. Donuts for dinner is served by Who. He goes 3-0 in the Puerto Rico Playas. The easy win, shutout, 15-0 victory over the Carolina Wildcats. Don't think Nico's pleased. I think she just went to the catfish. Burglary box, one of the two. Coming up next, the Boston Vandals on the road to take on the Gowanda Outlaws. Like a cat has emotion. But anyways, Boston Vandals, Gowanda Outlaws. Boston in a sticky situation for this game day. So we'll explain when we get back here on CDL Live. Vandals, Outlaws, stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game on tap, the Boston Vandals on the road to do battle with the Gowanda Outlaws. Of course, the Vandals will be eliminated from the playoff race by losing just one more game. So Boston really needs to win here, and they need Tampa Bay to lose as well later on. But nonetheless, the Outlaws on the home side of the field, looking for what would be an upset victory if they can get it, and plus looking to play spoiler. So we're about to see what happens. Boston pretty much in the same situation as the New York Empire were earlier, but a lot plays on Tampa Bay too and what they do. And Boston looking to at least keep their hopes high, just like the New York Empire did. So Let's get this game underway, but first the lineups. Boston Vandals, Gowanda Outlaws.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some craft full win. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest.
Yeah. Alright, both teams have their cars behind the pit line, and now Purple Indy starting things off against Triple Threat, and Purple Indy staying up even though he got sent flying there. We'll go at it again. And that time, clean collision, clean flip. Triple Threat has the Outlaws up 5-0. Out comes Racer X. Racer X has a good amount of defense for the Vandals here, and he'll tie the game up at 5 for Boston. Out comes Lamborghini for the Outlaws. He goes down 10-5. Vandals in the lead, and Ambulance 2 now out there. He's the defensive star of the Gowanda Outlaws without question. Lightweight himself, and he takes down Racer X. We are tied at 10 apiece, and now Vendetta out there. And Vendetta gets the good flip there, close to interference, but Ambulance 2 is down clean. 15-10, Boston in the lead. Out comes Dark. Dark trying to send this team into OT for the Outlaws. He's a heavyweight. And Vendetta, those wheels, I wonder about him. And no close to interference there, but Vendetta's still up. Still up yet again, and a timeout call by Boston as they check that front end, and they think they're going to put more tape on it. So, timeout call by the Boston Vandals as they will look to apply some repairs to Vendetta to that front end. With the playoffs hanging in the balance for Boston, they don't want it to go to waste just because Vendetta loses those front wheels again. And then keep in mind the time that he was injured and still hung on. So a little bit more tape on that front end. Just a little tiny strip here. And the first time out is used by the Vandals. They'll keep going here. Game continuing now. Dark and Vendetta going at it. And Vendetta getting sent back. And interference is going to save Dark there. He was down. But Vendetta runs into the leg of a chair. This game continuing. That time, no interference. Both cars still up. They'll switch sides here. They switch sides, keep going at it here, and that time there wasn't interference. So back to their own sides now. As Vendetta went taking a trip all the way down to Texas there, or at least it looked like he was trying to. So here we go. Game continuing. 15-10. The Vandals in the lead, looking to keep their playoff hopes alive, at least for a little bit longer. And this game's going to be forced into overtime. Dark getting the flip there, and now taking on Silver Swoop. Silver Swoop and Dark, 2 heavyweights going at it in OT. Silver Swoop is down, and the Outlaws have the win. Dark getting it done in overtime, and the Vandals have been eliminated from the playoff race with that loss right there. Well, they gained 1 point, but I don't think it's going to be enough to help them. They really, really needed that win. You figure they sat at like 71 points, and you figure 12 points would give them to 83. So minus 2 off of that, it's 81. So actually, Boston's still alive in the hunt for the moment with that 1 point that they have gained. Most points they can get is 81, and we know Tampa Bay has 80 at the moment. So in order for Boston to survive this game day, they now need Tampa Bay to lose in regulation. If Tampa Bay gains 1 point, the Vandals will be eliminated from the playoff race. So that 1 point from that overtime loss saves the Vandals for now. But coming up next, the Green Bay Dragons, that number 9 seed in the Eastern Conference, on the road to take on the Milwaukee Mob, the Battle of Wisconsin. Coming up next on CDL Live. Stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game going to put us halfway through this July 14th game day. Big one for the road team here, the visitors, if you will. The Green Bay Dragons currently sitting 9th in the Eastern Conference. Think back to earlier in the season when they were struggling, hanging around 17th place. This team has really poured it on late here. So the Dragons currently 4 points behind the Tampa Bay Gators, looking for a win, and hopefully in their case, they're hoping a Tampa Bay loss later on. But nonetheless, looking to help their case right here and get up to 79 points against their division rivals, the Milwaukee Mob, who are playing for pride right now. No chance of making the playoffs, just looking to make Green Bay's life hard. Let's see what happens. Green Bay Dragons, Milwaukee Mob, let's get a look at the lineups.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash bowling. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. The one starting things off for the Dragons, and 80 vet out there for the Milwaukee Mob, and 80 vet has a flip, 5-0. Mob in the lead. Out comes Shell. And Shell is down, 10-0 Milwaukee in the lead. Toy Soldier now out there, all by him, lonesome, standing in between 80 vet and defeat here, I guess you could say. But he's got the defense, so if anyone can hang on, it's him, but not today. 80 vet on a roll in the Green Bay Dragons. Wow, Coca-Cola today for both Green Bay Dragons. They fall 15-0 to the Milwaukee Mob. So now Tampa Bay with a huge advantage to really pull ahead there in that situation. As a matter of fact, Tampa Bay will be playing later on against Jacksonville. But Jacksonville is a team they've had hard times with all year, but that does it. We are halfway through this game day. Another donut served for dinner here by the Milwaukee Mob, and a huge upset over the Green Bay Dragons. Coming up next, another game with some playoff implications. It's probably not going to clinch nothing or nothing like that, but still big in these final 5 game days. The New Mexico Monsters trying to get higher in the seeding here. They are on the road to take on the Houston Oilers, Southern Division rivalry match. It's next on CDL Live. Stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game about to begin, the second half of our game day, as a matter of fact. About to smash off here the New Mexico Monsters on the road to take on the Houston Oilers. Big game for the Monsters, as they are trying to get themselves up in the seeding of the Western Conference. They don't want to be stuck playing teams like Los Angeles or Chicago in the first round. So trying to raise their seeding. On the home side of the field here, the Houston Oilers, though, they are looking for the upset and a win for pride's sake, if anything. They have no chance of making the playoffs, but we'll see what happens here. Well, if anything, that is Marissa Fox's team, so maybe her Oilers can help her Aliens by beating a team like New Mexico, who the Aliens are chasing in this division. So let's find out what's going to happen. New Mexico Monsters, Houston Oilers. Let's get a look at the lines.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash bowling. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest. Yeah.
Alright, we got those lineups. Dragons starting things off for New Mexico, and Blue Dragon 2 starting things off for Houston. And it's going to be 5-0 Oilers. Dragon goes down right away, and out comes Synchro for the New Mexico Monsters. No interference. Synchro staying up after being sent flying. They switch sides yet again. This time, Synchro up. clean collisions and some flying lessons being had here. And Synchro's down there. Blue Dragon 2 on a roll. Could we have another shutout upset? Futurama now out there. He gets tossed, but he's still staying up. And Blue Dragon 2, that offense is shown up today. And every Oilers fan can think, where was that all season? And this one, my friends, it is over. 15-0. Another donut served here today on this July 14th game day. And it's another upset. The Oilers, the Houston Oilers, defeat the New Mexico Monsters. 15-0 the final score. Wow. Coming up next, the Denver Mustangs on the road to take on the Nashville Nighthawks. Nighthawks are going to take advantage of this year upset and gain more points on New Mexico. You know what I'm saying? So, big game for them. The Mustangs, of course, will be playing for pride. So, it's coming up next. Central Division Showdown. Denver Mustangs, Nashville Nighthawks. Stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game on tap, the Nashville Nighthawks, home against the Denver Mustangs. It's a Central Division battle. Of course, the Mustangs on the road, looking for a win for pride's sake and just looking to be a pain in Nashville's side. They, of course, have no chance of making the playoffs. The Nighthawks, on the other hand, want to work their way up in the season, just as New Mexico just was. Of course, didn't work out for them. Nighthawks looking for better results. Both these teams matching up very well. Defense, offense, defense, heavyweights. Going to be a fun game to watch, is what that means. So let's get a look at the lineups. Denver Mustangs, Nashville Nighthawks.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash gold wins from east to west. Who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest. Yeah.
Alright folks, welcome back, and here we go. 5 alarms. Starting things off against Orange Chevelle as we get this game started. 2 good defensive cars going at it. This game can go wild. A lot of defense on both sides, and it's going to be Orange Chevelle on that collision that gets the game-leading flip. 5-0 Nighthawks. Now Purple Custo out there. He'll go down. 10-0 Nighthawks. Can we see more donuts on this field today? We're about to find out. Teardrop trying to keep the Denver Mustangs alive in this one. Almost did there. Orange Chevelle staying up and staying up yet again right afterwards. They continue their battle here. Orange Chevelle out there against Teardrop. And the interference that time. Both cars would have been up anyway, so continue this game. And it's going to be 10-5. The Denver Mustangs staying alive in this one, and out comes No Fear. And that interference saving both of these cars. It would have both been down. But they'll get another chance here for something decisive, and they're both down cleanly this time. So the score, 15-10. Nighthawks in the lead. Red Ferrari out there. Red Ferrari Jr. out there now, trying to force overtime for the Mustangs. Extinguish, a.k.a. the unclippable one, out there for the Nighthawks, trying to put this one away. 15-10 the score, and Extinguish gets the job done there to close this one out. Final score, 15-10 the final. The Nashville Nighthawks. Big win for them over the Denver Mustangs. Coming up next, we're going to be put 2/3 of the way through this game day when the Cleveland Wolves head on the road to take on the Pittsburgh Destroyers. Northern Division Showdown. Should be fun to watch. Of course, Pittsburgh fighting for that #1 seed in the East, so we'll explain more, I suppose, when we come back on CDL Live. Alright folks, welcome to the game that is going to put us 2/3 of the way through this July 14th game day. Northern Division battle, the last Northern Division showdown of the night, as a matter of fact. The Cleveland Wolves on the road, playing for pride here in this division rivalry game, against the Pittsburgh Destroyers, currently first place in the Eastern Conference, and looking to widen the lead on the Philadelphia Demons, who are going to have a tough game today later on against the Hartford Homies. That'd be later on, though. So here we go. And it's a brotherly battle here. Tyler Fox's Wolves, Gregory Fox's Destroyers. All that being said, should be fun to watch. Let's get a look at the lineups. Wolves, Destroyers.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash gold wins. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest. Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Both these teams start off even. Really, you got Surf Crate Custom out there for Cleveland and Pittsburgh sending out Yellow Custom 2 here. And they're both going to be down. 5-5 the score. Out comes Aqua Ferrari for Cleveland. For Pittsburgh, it's Green Blaze. And these two will go at it. They've had some historic battles over the years, and it's going to be Green Blaze winning this one. 10-5 Pittsburgh is now. He'll be taking on Stock 34. Stock 34 and Green Blaze. 2 good defensive cars going at it. Green Blaze surviving that one, and look at that one. Green Blaze riding with them side by side, just gets the tip on his own there. 15-5 the final score. The Pittsburgh Destroyers have the win over the Cleveland Wolves, and that's the kind of talent brought to the field by the Destroyers. Green Blaze, what a flip on Stock 34 there. Making up for his poor performance against a car of the same model as him, Green Blaze Jr. of the Puerto Rico Playas, but the Destroyers bouncing back today. 15-5, they defeat the Cleveland Wolves. Coming up next, the New Orleans Gladiators on the road to take on the Roswell Aliens. It's a Southern Division showdown, so and it's a big game too. So especially for the Roswell Aliens, we'll explain when we come back on CDL Live. Stay tuned. Alright, CDL fans, welcome back to this July 14th game day. Our next one on tap, a Southern Division battle. The New Orleans Gladiators on the road, playing for pride, no chance of making the playoffs. They'll be taking on the Roswell Aliens. The Aliens need the win today. They're trying to stay in that Southern Division title hunt. Of course, Phoenix with the bye. But nonetheless, Phoenix has 86 points, and the most points Roswell can achieve the rest of the season is 87 points. A loss today would actually knock Roswell out of that Southern Division running. And plus it would knock them down to the max of 84 points that they could get. And right now Nashville just moved up to 84 points, and New Mexico basically becomes the only team that really kind of truly can be passed by them. And it also depends on how other teams' performance goes. I mean, San Francisco won earlier, so it's kind of a big deal for Roswell to win this game. They really want to have great playoff hopes. They really got to treat every game like a playoff game now for the rest of the year. But let's get a look at the lineups here. The New Orleans Gladiators and Marissa Fox's Roswell Aliens.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash gold wins. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest. Yeah.
Alright, both the Aliens and Gladiators sending out their first cars. And it's going to be F1 Racer for Roswell, Golden Rat for New Orleans. As they both go at it, clean collision, no flip. They'll go at it again from opposite sides here. Now switching back to their own sides of the field. Back yet again. Good battle to start this game off. No interference, came very close. They'll keep going at it. F1 Racer and Golden Rat. Who can get that huge first flip of the game for that 5-0 lead? Will they both walk away with a tire? No! Golden Rat has the flip. 5-0 New Orleans, and out comes Spectite. And both Spectite and Golden Rat are down. 10-5, Gladiators in the lead. Menace looking to put this one away. They want to play spoiler on Roswell's division title hopes. Dragonfly trying to keep them alive here. Dragonfly out there against Menace. Ooh, both cars still up. And keep in mind, Roswell's next game is at Phoenix. So they can stay alive in this division hunt for quite some time if they can pull off a win here, but it's not going to happen. The Gladiators step up today. And when the Gladiators step up, they've been known to get upsets like that. 15-5, the final. The New Orleans Gladiators have the win over the Roswell Aliens. The Aliens, Southern Division champions in 2011, 12, and 13. Not in 2014. It's down to New Mexico and Phoenix now. So that one's, and actually with New Mexico's loss earlier on today, it could be Phoenix's. They might have a division title. I'll tell you when we get back on CDL Live before our next game. The Jacksonville Bangums on the road take on the Tampa Bay Gators. Should be a good one. So stay tuned to CDL Live. Alright folks, welcome back to our July 14th game day here on CDL Live. Next game on tap for you. It's a huge one, a lot of playoff implications on the line here. The Jacksonville Bangums on the road to take on the Tampa Bay Gators. The Bangums, they need to win today in order to keep their playoff hopes alive. That's right, they need the win here in order to keep it alive. If the Gators get the win over the Bangums, the Gators will have clinched a playoff spot from Jacksonville, but they haven't clinched it, down tight from everybody, but they'll be putting a lot of teams in tough spots. They will be putting New York in a tough spot, only 1 point away from being knocked out. They will actually knock out Boston and Jacksonville with a win here today. If Tampa Bay wins, they can knock both of those teams out. So, very big matchup here, and also depending on what Atlanta does later on in their game against Miami, could also end up knocking Atlanta out. So a lot of teams walking the wire here in this July 14th game day, and Tampa Bay really the key right now. They are holding the key to the gates of the playoffs, sitting with 80 points. So if they can make 83, like I said, Jacksonville gone, Boston gone. Just a tie for this game would knock out Boston, as a matter of fact. All this being said, Jacksonville Bangums, Tampa Bay Gators. Actually, an overtime loss by Tampa Bay would knock Boston out, as a matter of fact. But Jacksonville Bangums, Tampa Bay Gators, and we're about to take a look at the lineups. One more thing that I had, I just can't get this game started. Tampa Bay's had a hard time with the Bangums all year. We'll see if they can turn around. Let's get a look at these lineups, Damon. I'm taking too long.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash for wins. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest. Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Both teams behind the lines. And Enzo 3 and Testarossa going to start things off. And it's going to be Testarossa getting the flip. 5-0 Jacksonville. Out comes Battle. And Battle will tie this game up at 5. Now Zap out there for Jacksonville. And look at Battle staying up there somehow, some ways. Not a second time, though. 10-5 Jacksonville in the lead. Now comes Phantom. And that's a clean flip. Almost an interference, but Phantom found a way to avoid it. And we are tied at 10. So Phantom now out there against Black Spectite of the Bangums. Should be a good battle here, but Black Spectite with the flip. 15-10 Jacksonville trying to keep their playoff hopes alive with a win here. And 47 Ronin trying to force OT. Ooh, they both got to get back up. They were both down. They'll both get back up here. Both these cars good at the defensive aspects, and both of them still up. No interference there. They'll switch sides, go at it again. And definitely Black Spectite heavier But it's going to be 47 Ronin getting the flip there and sending this game into overtime where he takes on Yellow Ferrari here. And in overtime, both cars up after one collision, but not after two. Yellow Ferrari with the upset victory there. And for the time being, the Jacksonville Bangums are alive, but with that point that Tampa Bay has just gained, the Boston Vandals have been eliminated from the playoff hunt. But a huge win for Jacksonville here today, one that they desperately needed. They get the win in overtime, 20-15 in the final. They defeat the Tampa Bay Gators. But not all hope is lost in this game day for Brandon Blackwood. His San Jose Storm, he might have lost with Tampa Bay here, but his San Jose Storm need just 1 point to clinch a playoff spot. And of course, that's going to be happening a little while later. But coming up next, Indianapolis Reapers on the road to take on the Idaho Cowboys on CDL Live. Stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to our July 14th game day. Only 4 games left as a matter of fact, and the next one should be pretty good. The Indianapolis Reapers on the road trying to keep themselves really alive in this playoff hunt. They are on the road to take on the Idaho Cowboys. Of course, they want to take advantage of New Mexico's loss earlier on and try to catch up to them. I believe with the win, they might be able to pass them. I think they had 81 points, and Indy had like maybe 78 or 80 or something. Actually, Indy only, they got 80, so they can actually, I believe it's 80 points. They can move ahead of New Mexico today. Nonetheless, game with big playoff implications for the Indianapolis Reapers, and much of that lower seeding of the West, lower playoff seeding, like a 6, 7, 8 seed, 9 seed, you know what I mean? So big game in that regard. The Idaho Cowboys on the home side of the field in the Central Division battle. They are playing for pride. No chance of making the playoffs, but hoping for a win here today. So let's see what happens. Indianapolis Reapers, Idaho Cowboys. Let's get a look at the lineups.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash gold wins. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest. Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Black Testarossa 2 out there, take on Red 07. Start this game off, and Red 07 down, 5-0 Indianapolis. Out comes Blaster, and he goes down. Black Testarossa 2 on a roll, now taking on Governor, and both Governor and Black Testarossa 2 go down, and this game comes to an end in just 3 collisions time. 15-5 the final. The Indianapolis Reapers have the win. Black Testarossa 2 going 2-0-1. One of the fastest games I've ever seen take place, quite frankly. The Reapers coming up big today. 15-5, they beat the Idaho Cowboys. Coming up next, the Storm on the road against the Nevada Thunder. So San Jose Storm, with just 1 point, will clinch a playoff spot. Actually, they would have had a playoff spot clinched if the Reapers had lost that game, as a matter of fact. If you really think about it. So, yeah, they would have had the playoff spot clinch right there had Indianapolis lost, but the Reapers on point yet again, so the Storm will have to be the same way. Storm and Thunder next on CDL Live. Stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game on tap, it's a Pacific Division battle and the last matchup from the Western Conference here in this July 14th game day, and it's a big one. The Nevada Thunder looking for their chance to shine. They haven't really been playing this deep into the game day. They haven't been this high on the marquee really all season. They are home. Well, if they have, it hasn't been very much. They are home here, looking for a win, looking to show up big in the spotlight, taking on the San Jose Storm, who need just a point for the playoff spot. Of course, they would like to get 3 points and get a win. Brandon Blackwood just that 1 game away here that one win or overtime loss or tie away from clinching a playoff spot here in the 2014 season. Big game for his Storm taking on the Nevada Thunder. Let's get a look at the lineups.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash go win. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest. Yeah.
All right, here we go. 48 hours going to come out first for San Jose. White Indy out there for Nevada. And a powerful hit, but White Indy staying up. Both cars going at it again. And both are going to be down. 5-5 the score. Ratified now out there against Clover. Clover is a heavyweight. Ratified got some offense. No interference there. They'll switch sides, and Clover, that heavyweight, coming into action there. And then Nevada Thunder one flip away from what would be a huge upset. That interference. So, both cars were still up anyway, but an interference, they'll go back to their own. Another interference. And Clover bouncing off the chair legs like a freaking pinball machine. He'll go at it again. This time, both cars still up yet again. Wasp trying to keep San Jose in this game. No interference that time, came very awfully close, but Clover is down. 10-10 the score. The Thunder giving the Storm a fight here. Yellow Ferrari now out there to take on Wasp. Both cars still up, going to switch sides. Both of them still up yet again, no interference. And Yellow Spider, he's got some good offense. He gets the flip there. 15-10 the score. The Nevada Thunder shining very brightly in the spotlight, up 15-10 and one flip away from a huge upset. Keep in mind, Nevada last place in the West, one flip away from being the number 4 seeded San Jose Storm. We're looking for overtime, and an interference there is going to occur. 9-17 out there for the San Jose Storm. And he's going to force overtime, and with that flip, 9-17 has just clinched the Storm a playoff spot in 2014. Now out there against 42. This one trying to cement it here, and 9-17 has the flip. 42 is down, and the Storm have the win in overtime. So that one flip would have been enough, but not enough for 9-17. He gets the job done for his San Jose Storm, and they are going to be going to the 2014 playoffs for sure here. 20-15 the final. They beat the Nevada Thunder, who really stepped up here in the spot. They stepped up in the spotlight here today and really did shine, taking the Storm in overtime. Who would have thought that would have happened? The Thunder came up big here, but just a little short, losing in OT. Coming up next, the battle for the Northeast Division heats up. As if it isn't hot enough already with the win, Hartford can actually tie Philadelphia for the lead in the Northeast Division. And with the win, Philadelphia could take a 2-game lead over Hartford in the Northeast Division. Hartford homies, Philadelphia Demons, Tim Geiser's 2 teams going head-to-head next on CDL Live. Stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game on tap here in this July 14th game day is a great one. The Hartford homies on the road to take on the Philadelphia Demons. Tim Geiser's 2 teams going at it here. Very well evenly matched, if I do say so myself, but nonetheless, this one should be epic to watch. Hartford with a win over Philadelphia here in regulation. Keep that in mind, in regulation, could tie Philadelphia at 101 points for first place in the Northeast Division. Of course, Philly would still have the lead due to having more wins than Hartford. But the homies would like to get in that position as of right now, considering Philadelphia's got to play Bradford next, and they themselves got to play Pittsburgh next. So both of them heading into challenging games in the July 15th game day tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So big game for both teams here as they look forward to the their last 4 games, of course. They look to this one here against each other. Northeast Division rivals going at it. Hartford Homies and the 2013 defending world champion Philadelphia Demons. Let's see how they line up for today's game.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash bowling. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. Indy 5 going to start things off against Silver Molina. Game on. And both cars still up after 2 collisions. They'll keep going at it here. Silver Molina down, and here we go. The 2 brothers going at it. Indy 5 out there against Pink Indy. They haven't matched up in quite some time. Here we go. And it is going to be a tie between the 2. 10-5 the score. Hartford in the lead. Silver Demon now out there against 46 Junior. 46 Junior trying to put this one away. Almost did. Both cars go down. And the Demon's still alive in this one. They're down though. 15-10. Hammer looking to finish this one off in regulation. Of course, Sonic Boom trying to force overtime. And here we go. Sonic Boom and Hammer going at it right now. The matchup between these 2 cars. And Hammer's down, and we will see overtime. That being said, even with a loss here, the Demons still will keep a lead. A 1-point lead in that Northeast Division. And, of course, Hartford's trying to pull within that 1 point. So, Silver and Black Attack Jr. out there for the Hartford Homies. Sonic Boom out there for the Philadelphia Demons. In overtime, here we go. Both cars still up. They are going to switch sides, go at it again. And Sonic Boom is down. The Hartford Homies have the win in overtime against the Philadelphia Demons. 20-15 the final. What a game. Tim Geyser's 2 teams definitely kind of really just stealing the show right there. Great matchup. I mean, the last couple of games, I mean, look at that. The matchup between Tampa Bay and Jacksonville, and the one before this one had San Jose and Nevada actually putting on a show. But Homies and Demons put on a show. Homies get the win in OT. So Demons with 102 points in the standings, Hartford with 101 points in the standings. Can't get much closer than that unless Hartford actually got the win in regulation, in which case they would both be tied with 101 points. But nonetheless, coming up next, the Miami Mafia on the road to take on the Atlanta Avengers. It's a father-son battle. Matt Geyser and his son Shane Geyser going head-to-head. And it's the main event. Miami Mafia, Atlanta Avengers. Next on CDL Live. Stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game, it is the main event of our July 14th game day. Big game for both teams, I'd say, since it is a rivalry. It is actually the oldest, well, I believe it is, the oldest rivalry in the Southeast Division. Well, definitely one of the oldest rivalries in the Southeast Division. The Miami Mafia on the road to take on the Atlanta Avengers. Shane Geyser's team, the son, and the father, Matt Geyser's team, on the field as well. They'll go head-to-head here today. Miami, no chance of making the playoffs, but they look to make life difficult for Atlanta, who really is in need of a win. The position that they sit in right now, they are still capable of getting 85 points, but a loss today would cut that down to 82. So, really big game for them to really want to win this one. Of course, Tampa Bay has 81 points right now in the standings, and they already know they can't catch Washington right now. So, really trying to keep their hopes of catching Tampa Bay alive as far as Atlanta's concerned. So, big game for them. Miami, of course, pride on the line. Let's get a look at the lineups here. Miami Mafia, Atlanta Avengers.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, crash proclaim from east to west. Who do it best? The CDL, dog, no contest. Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Neon out there taking on Enzo 2. Both cars started off, neither goes down. We'll switch sides, go ahead again, and Neon has the flip. 5-0, Mafia in the lead. Now comes Black Marinello. Interference call, gonna save Neon there. So go at it yet again. Neon and Black Marinello, and Black Marinello has the flip. 5-5 the score. And now here comes Mach 6, and he will give Miami the lead back. 10-5 the score. And now Octanium. Interference call there. Both cars still up. Both these cars good defensively. Close to an interference there, but there is none. 15-5 the final. The Miami Mafia have a win over the Atlanta Avengers. And that cuts the Avengers down to 82 points. So one more loss, or Tampa Bay tie perhaps, and Atlanta will be eliminated. And as we look to the next game day, man oh man, that is going to be huge. Atlanta Avengers on the road to take on the Tampa Bay Gators in the next game day. So playoff spot on the line for the Avengers without a doubt. All that being said, this one is in the books, this July 14th game day. Atlanta, Tampa Bay tomorrow, one of our good matchups. Puerto Rico taking on Washington in that race for the Southeast Division title. The Roswell Aliens at the Phoenix Firebirds. Still a big game considering Roswell still in the playoff hunt. Also on hand, Bradford Brawlers on the road to take on the Philadelphia Demons. Pittsburgh Destroyers taking on the Hartford Homies. Nashville Nighthawks on the road to take on the San Francisco Shinobis. Should be a great game day. Indianapolis Reapers and the San Diego Lightning too. It's full of great games. Pittsburgh and Hartford in the main event tomorrow. The classic rivalry between Gregory Fox's Pittsburgh Destroyers and Tim Geiser's Hartford Homies. Huge game for both teams too. It's going to be a fun one tomorrow on CDL Live. Till then, thank you for watching and peace.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash proclaim from east to west. Who do it best? The CDL, dog, no contest. Yeah. Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash proclaim from east to west. Who do it best? The CDL, dog, no contest.